Hey, how's it going? This is Brandon from Brandlux Media, and today we have a huge banger because I'm going to break down the exact strategy that Andrew Tate used to build his nine-figure business. And I'm going to apply it to e-commerce so that you can apply the same exact principles and frameworks for an e-commerce business. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. So with no further ado, let's get right into the video. Hey, very quick thing before we get started. This is just an add-on video that I'm recording because a lot of people complained that I didn't show the proof. So here's the proof very quickly. This is the account, $2.2 million. Let me just refresh so you know this is real. And there you go. Now let's just get into the strategy. This is gonna be a cool video, as I explained in the intro, because it's an organic strategy. You know, many people don't even have the capital to start running ads, and so this is a great opportunity for those people that maybe don't have the ad money and they just want to grow organically. So yeah, let's get into it. Great, so let's get right into it. As you can see from the diagram that I created, there's a lot that I'm going to be sharing, a lot of bangers and secrets that you can actually go implement for your e-commerce business right now. I'm going to break down everything step by step and be super specific, so make sure to stick until the end. But before we get into the strategy, let's actually talk about the strategy, because not everybody knows exactly what Andrew Tate is doing and how he used this specific strategy to make sure that he went viral and essentially become the #1 searched person in the world, and ultimately grow his business to multiple 9 figures, right? And so what is the strategy? The strategy is actually very simple and straightforward. He doesn't really use paid ads. He doesn't really invest his marketing dollars into paid ads, but he leverages content creators, which are, at least for now, his current customers, and also other content creators and affiliates. So he's leveraging a group of people and he's making them repurpose his content, making sure that they create their own content, a combination of both. And then what happens is that they are then going to post on their own TikTok, Instagram, social media platforms, and essentially exponentially increase views. And he's getting to a point where he's getting billions and billions of views. And how is he doing this? Well, this is kind of like an affiliate marketing strategy, where he's paying other people a commission when they get a sale. So like not up front, but only when they actually generate a sale for his program. And this is the approach that he's taking. What do the content creators have to do? Once again, is just post and repurpose his content on social media. Okay, but the question is, okay, it's very simple concept, but how do you actually set it up? What are the benefits? Let's actually break down the numbers so that we can apply it for e-commerce. Okay, and by the way, not a lot of businesses are doing this specifically for e-commerce. Some of my clients are starting to do it right now, and it's working like wonders. So let's break down the strategy and let's get going. Let's start over here. So Andrew Tate's viral strategy applied to ecom. So first of all, as I mentioned before, one of the components here of this strategy is to actually find content creators. Okay, where do you find content creators? Where do you find UGC professional content creators that are not going to waste your time? There's multiple different ways. Okay, number one is Facebook groups, communities, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter is a gold mine. I'm going to show you, in just a second. I'm going to share my screen and show you the Twitter strategy. You can scrape emails, meaning that you can buy lists of UGC creators or content creators, and then you can reach out to them by email. And then there's also like UGC platforms like Billo. And Billo, for those of you who don't know, it's like a network of like 5,000 to 10,000 content creators specifically for e-commerce. And you can, you don't have to use their service, but you can use their service by getting access to their community. There's Billo, but there's also a bunch of other platforms. So let me show you here. This is Twitter. This is a great way to find content creators. Believe me, the only thing you have to do is literally just type in the search bar UGC creators or content creators. And as you can see here, it's a gold mine. Like if you go under people, you can find hundreds and hundreds of content creators that are ready to work. And as you can see, like UGC creator, an influencer, UGC creator, like all these people are ready to actually start working for you, and they're ready to receive your product, and start promoting it and doing their own content. Okay, And yeah, so here's where you can find it. Just give them a follow and have somebody else reach out on your team and send them like a DM. Okay, so this is one way. Bello is also another way, as you can see here. They have, I think, like 5,000 vetted UGC creators that you can use. The most important thing, like, why do you want to use, Bello and these platforms? We want to use them because they are the platforms that have where the UGC creators hang out. Just like also a Facebook group. Like if you go on Facebook, you will find groups that have thousands and thousands of content creators that are ready to raise up their hand and say, yeah, I want to promote your product and your brand. Okay, so this is just, I wanted to show you how that worked. This is how you can find creators. Now, reaching out to creators, this can probably be the most hectic part. And the reality is this: you either run ads or you use labor and software to actually automate the process for you. Okay, and so this is what we're starting to do with our clients, and what I know other successful brands are doing. They're hiring either a VA, right? So what you have to do is, like, once they find content creators and you find and give them a list of content creators, they essentially just DM them, email them, and just reach out to them. This is one way to do it. The other way to do it, which is like also one of my personal favorites, is using email. Okay, so email software to send thousands of emails. You can literally send 100, 1,000, 2,000 emails a day completely on autopilot. And this is actually like a B2B strategy, because a lot of businesses, also agencies, for example, like mine, they use cold email, right? Email marketing to reach out to potential customers. In this case, we are reaching out to content creators, okay? And this is how you do it. First step is to find creators. Once again, scraping emails. I'm going to show you one simple way that you can do it. There's two ways actually. One, you can buy softwares or sign up for softwares where they have, like, you essentially buy data by signing up for a software that is probably a couple $100 a month or something like that. And they will give you access to a database of like creators, and you have to do your own research and tweaking and vetting and qualifying, but you can do it that way. The other way is to go in platforms like Fiverr or Upwork, and there's literally people that have these lists already, and all you need to do is pay them a fee, a reasonable fee, and they will give you access to a list of content creators. One thing to remember here is that we don't really like care too much like who is promoting your content. I know that what you're thinking, I want to make sure that the content creator is a fit for my brand, like physically, from an ethnical standpoint. Maybe like your ideal customer is starting like is targeting people from Europe or Sweden, and that is your ideal customer between the age of 25 and 30. I understand that, but here we're looking for volume, and we're looking for people that are willing to get your current content and repurpose it. So they don't necessarily have to shoot it. They can, and it's really recommended for them to do that, but they can also just repurpose the content that you already currently have. So once again here, I'm getting on tangents here. But yeah, so this is how you can do it. You can just go on Fiverr. As you can see here, I will find influencer leads for Instagram, influencer research, and blah, blah, blah. I will collect targeted YouTube channel, email, Instagram, TikTok influencers. And these are like, this is AED. This is like super cheap. This is like whatever, like $5. And so you can buy lists this way. The next thing to do here, and just talking about how to reach out to the creators like automatically, is using email. I like to use Instantly, and Instantly, as you can see here, as the title says, it's a software that allows you to send emails to prospects or whoever you want. In this case, you're going to send them to UGC creators, and you can automate the process. I use it once again to get some clients here and there for my agency, but most importantly, you can use it to find UGC content creators, and you can reach out to as many send as many emails as you want. And this is great because this allows you to completely automate the let's call it lead generation strategy, as in lead as the content creator, to automate the process. Because guess what? Once a creator is starting to work with you, they're eventually going to leave. It's just how it works, and you're going to have to refill the spots fast. And this is the way to do it. Okay, moving on. Creator deal structure. We don't want to pay these content creators up front. Okay, we want to leverage a strategy, just like essentially affiliate marketing. We want to leverage that affiliate deal structure where we give them 15, 20%, a very good deal where they're actually motivated to shoot content for you. If they get a small deal like 5 or 10%, they're probably not going to be motivated because they know that a lot of work is required for them to actually shoot the content. Even if they have to just repurpose the content, we want to make sure they have a good solid structure. I would say anywhere between 15 and 20%. If you can, maybe stretch it to 25, 30%, depending on your margins. But this is a deal structure that has to occur in order for this to happen. You can't just give 5 or 10%. It has to be a good one. Here now, distribution strategy. This is my next point. It's super important. So the strategy, as I say here, is to have each content creator create 2 to 3 TikTok accounts. Why do we want to do it with TikTok? Because TikTok is the most easy platform to do this with, and also it's easy to go viral. Like, it's actually very easy to go viral, especially if you have like fresh accounts. We've had, for my own profiles, we posted like one video, got like 20,000 views, and it was like the first, or I think the second video. And we also have a client that got up to like 1 million views within the first 3 videos. Video number 3, you got 1 million views, which is crazy. So what we want to do is have the content creators that work with you and that start promoting your product and your brand. We want them to create 2 to 3 different TikTok accounts so that they can essentially repurpose and repost them between 2 and 3 TikTok accounts. And what this means is that if they're reproducing 3 pieces of content, they can go ahead and publish 9. So like they can just triple the entire process by just having multiple TikTok accounts. Of course, I'm not going to go into the TikTok guidelines right now, but the content needs to be repurposed in some way. You can't just like copy and paste the same exact piece of content across like 100 accounts. That's just not going to work, okay? But you can do this with 2 to 3 TikTok accounts. Typically, this is like a sweet spot when it comes to the number of accounts you can create, okay? Next year, you give them access to your content library so they can repurpose the content and create their own videos. So they're going to do 2 things. They're going to get your content that you currently have and repurpose it, whether it's their face or not, or like another UGC creator. It doesn't matter, as long as you give them enough content so that they can play with it, repurpose it, and post it as many times as possible. And the next thing that they can do, option number 2, or both, is that they can do their own piece of content. So if this is the product, they can shoot a video with your product and actually produce a UGC piece of content. And this is a very good way to do it. And so this is the distribution strategy. It's very simple, but this is how the process works. Now let's talk about scaling the concept. Okay, the most challenging part is going to be finding quality creators that stick with the brand and post content consistently. Right? As I was telling you before, what's going to probably happen is that like the majority of your content creators that are going to start working with you, eventually they're going to leave, right? Very little percentage are going to stick with you for like months. So you need a very consistent pipeline to get people or new content creators in the door every single day, at least every single week, okay? And especially if you want to, get to like 100, 200, 500 affiliates at the same time. Like this is especially if you want to get to those numbers, okay? So the best way to do it, in my opinion, once again, is to go and get a list of emails, plug it into Instantly, to like the software that I was talking about before, right? And automate the whole process. There's also some tools that you can use for like DMing people automatically, but I know that these tools are not like 100% reliable because like Instagram, like DM, like automatically sending like Facebook DMs or Instagram DMs or Twitter DMs is not always like gonna work forever. So it's probably not the most like secure and safe option, but the cold email is, once again, get a list of UGC people, put it into Instantly, and start sending thousands of emails if you can every single day, okay? So this is probably the best way to scale this concept. What do I say here? To get a consistent flow of content creators that say yes, you need to have a great lead. This is essentially what we just talked about right now. Okay, let's talk about the final results, and this is like super exciting. You're gonna get blown away by the numbers, and they actually make sense. Okay, the final result should be that each content creator posts 2 to 3 times per day on 3 different TikTok accounts, posting at the end of the day between 5 and 10 times per day, and essentially 5 to 10 new pieces of content every single day per content creator. And this is what happens when you do it the right way. You're gonna have dozens and dozens and dozens of content creators And I break it down like this, right? One content creator has 1, 2, 3 TikTok accounts. They post 2 to 3 times per TikTok account. And let's just assume that, what was the math? On average, they get like 300-400 views per video, right? Which is like very reasonable for like TikTok, especially as you start posting. They're gonna get 3,000 views, right? In just one day, one creator. So imagine having dozens and dozens and dozens of these creators do the same thing. We got 3,000 from one, 3,000 from another, 3,000 from another, 3,000 from another. And so it's like, you're not only just getting more content for your brand, which by the way, you can repurpose into ads, and you can like launch those exact pieces of content and run ads with them. Not only are you going to get that and a lot of that, you're going to also build this army of affiliates, which is crazy. And you're forcing your brand and your product to go viral. You're literally forcing the algorithm to push your product and go viral. Okay, so this is what happens. This is the math, guys. Like 100 creators, just 100 people that are willing to do this with you equals approximately 300,000 views per day, or 9 million views per month. You do it for 200, that's 18 million views a month. You do it for 500, that's almost 50 million views per month, guys. Like these are crazy numbers. And just so you understand the difference with like ads, I know some of you guys are just like, ad geeks, you run ads for your brand. Like let's just go through the math. Let's just say Facebook ads, I know that the average CPM, or cost per 1,000 impressions, is $15. That essentially means that for every impression you get, it's like 1.5 cents. So between 1 and 2 cents, which is like, it's pretty cheap. Now let's multiply that by like, let's just say you work with 200 creators. This essentially means like 18 million views or impressions times 1.5 cents, right? Which is the cost per impression with like Facebook. It essentially means that if you have 200 creators that post 7 posts a day, right, get 3,000 views, it's like spending $200,000 to $300,000 per month on ads. It's like, it's crazy. So you're essentially like getting $200,000 to $300,000 worth of ad spend, but you're getting it for free. You're getting it organically, and you're only paying your content creators on a commission basis, only when they get the sales. They're like salespeople. It's like affiliate marketing, right? So now the question is, to conclude this, will 45 million views per month get you any sales? I'm not going to answer that. You can answer that yourself. I mean, of course they will. But this is the overall strategy. I can assure you this works. It's proven. It's an untapped method to actually scale your brand with zero ad spend. You don't need to spend $1 on marketing to get this going. You need to just make sure that you're structuring this in the right way, working with the right creators, having a pipeline that fills up every single day of week so that you get new creators every single week or every single day if possible, and you just build an army of creators. Imagine having 1,000. I think Andrew Tate has like several thousands of these affiliates, and plus he goes viral in like every video that he posts, he goes viral. And one funny thing that I know is that he actually doesn't even have like his own TikTok or Instagram. Everybody else is using their own accounts to promote for him. So it's kind of crazy. So this is overall the strategy. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I know I'm super confident that if you start doing this and you start building this process, it's going to be a banger for your brand. If you're maybe struggling to like, maybe you don't have a lot of capital and you have more time than money, this is definitely a way to get started and get people in the door and start building your brand. And you can build this to 7 and 8 figures if you do it in the right way and you actually dedicate your time and resources to building this in the right way. Okay, so that's it for me. I know I've been ranting a lot. It's just exciting because I know that a lot of brands are not doing this. So you do it for yourself, see if it works, and nothing. See you in the next video. Let me know if you have any questions. Shoot down the comments and I will be able to answer them personally. Okay, once again, with no further ado, see you in the next video.